Yeah, he's a chef. Now this one, we about to talk about him, honey. And he wants another. No, he don't want another child. He wants a son.
Boy, yes.
What is that?
Basically,
and he said he don't want nobody if they don't want no kids.
Girl,
how dare you?
That's okay because I don't either. But
no. He said he don't want nobody if they don't want any kids. I mean, so I'm like, I'm the opposite
to his preference.
I get it, but I'm just saying, realistically, I feel like that could be a way of sabotaging yourself, knowing you're not about to you can't guarantee that you're going to
be a boy.
Exactly. So what if you get a daughter, you're not going to be happy? Hello and welcome to the Bold Black Girl Ready to Love recap with no cap. We just made that up. So we really loved. My name is Aries.
And I'm Kim.
And we really love this show. So we said, you know what? It's back for a new season. We're going to keep up with it. And we've been keeping up on our own, but we were like, we're going to do this and put it on our podcast page just so we can, have somewhere to chop it up about all that's going on in the Ready to Love world.
And I don't watch a lot of television.
She always say that.
But I do watch Ready to Love. Well, okay, so reality TV.
Can we put the microphone
reality television, let's say that.
Okay.
Okay. But I really don't watch a lot of television. I am not keeping up with like Netflix specials and whatnot, but we're getting into this new season. Is this season 4 or 5?
This is season 5, I think.
Okay.
Because we had Atlanta twice, right?
And then they went to Houston once.
So is this 4?
Yes.
I feel like, check it out. Make sure we're right about this. I thought it was 5.
Maybe it's part of this season.
Anywho, we're here to follow it. We're gonna keep up. I think it's actually, I feel like it's season 5. I think this is off. We'll figure out what the season is by the time we get done. But these folks, they have been, they did a casting special the other day. So we're just gonna kind of give our little predictions on and our analysis of the different cast members and talk through some of the things that they've brought up in this casting special episode. So who do we want to start with? Want to go guy, girl?
I think we should probably go to the girls because we probably have more.
Like all the girls, then all the guys?
Oh, yeah, let's do guy, girl. Let's do that.
We can just do guy, girl. Yeah. Okay, so who do you want to start with?
We'll start off like in order.
Okay, what's the order?
So it was Joel. He was apparently from New Orleans. I can tell it in his
Oh my gosh, accent. You could tell so hard. He said, I ain't about to be sitting out here. I said, where he from? Because I was in the shower and I just had it going on. Like it was playing when he came on.
Yes.
And then I was like, where he from?
He's Louisiana? 42 as well.
And?
You'll be 42.
And? Yes, I'm going to be 42 in a week.
So he's 42. He is a widow.
Yeah, that was sad, but it seemed like he was that. I mean, not that he had to be sad. I don't know when she passed or whatever, but he was like, "Yeah, and I'm ready to love. I'm ready for."
He has a set of twins.
Yeah, 8-year-old twins.
One thing he did say, he said he wants a person that's gonna love his kids more than I guess him, like loving him. And I was like,
yeah. I mean, that's cool, but I think you gotta be careful with those because see, you might just be looking for a mama. Sometimes you just be like, I'm tired of being with these kids by myself, you know. So
it didn't seem like it, but you never know. I did like him. He does seem genuine. And my dad's from Louisiana, right? Mm-hmm. He's from Louisiana. I feel like those some of these Southern men, not all, have some qualities that I've not seen in like Midwestern men.
I'm not even about to play that game with you. We're not about to play that game. Don't start going regional.
Right. So tell me.
And can we?
So tell me, what are your views on him?
I've got my eye on him.
Okay.
Because I feel like, I know that dude that wants that mama for them kids. So I'm very leery when a man is really eager to, he's like, and I got, was he the one who said he don't have no problem having people around his kids? Was that him? I feel like that was him who was like, yeah, and I got kids and, I don't have no problem with it. And I'm like, yeah, because he's trying to hurry up and get a mama for him. So I'm a little...
I need to see him.
Yeah, he's in shape. I like him. He work out and all that kind of stuff. So that was cool.
I mean, it's noble that he's taking care of his kids.
But those are his kids. What's
Yeah,
noble?
that's
They're
true. Because
his
women do it
kids.
again. Women do it all the time.
I'm like, noble. See,
Yeah.
that's what be happening. People be like,
That's
one
true.
credit, being
That's
like, I'm out
true.
here being a look, single mothers all over the place.
With missing daddies.
Right. So we're good. That's his job. Then those are his kids. Apparently the wife, or I think it's ex-wife, yeah. Well, the wife that passed away, she had cancer, stage 4 cancer, only had like 90 days at the point that she told him. So I was like, whoa, that would be terrible. So that's really sad. But I definitely was like, let me keep my eye on him and make sure. So that was Joel. I had missed him before. I had to go back and watch that one. Okay, Bernicia.
Yes.
39, mom of 3 daughters. She owns a salon. Wow. Can you show me her picture? Prides herself on being a great mom, leads by example. Let's see. She's single for 10 years. She dated a guy for 8 years who was controlling. Oh, yeah, the cheater.
Yes.
Looks at a man's heart. Oh, she wants a father figure. She got 3 kids, right? Yeah, I said that. 3 kids.
Who she is.
Father figure for her children. So she got some trust issues because it sounds like she had a cheater in the past. So that's going to be interesting. And she wants someone that's going to be a good father figure. So, sometimes when you have kids, and I have 2 kids, you are looking through a different lens than just, hey, somebody I can have a good time with. You're like, do I want my kids to be around this person?
Is this person safe?
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah.
What I have, sometimes even though I don't want kids, like, would I be able to have kids by them? Would I want kids by them?
Would I want my kids to look up to this person?
Yes, because that's who they're going to be around.
Exactly. So
she seems cool.
Yeah. Again, I do pay attention to the parents, especially the single parents, and they're like, I'm ready because I need somebody that I'm tired of doing this by myself. You be like, you might get a little too desperado. So you just got to be careful there and make sure that everybody's doing things for the right reasons and not just to fill that spot.
She did say she had to change mindset. Maybe she has grown, evolved from being in a controlling relationship. But I'm sure, based on your experience, you're always going to have that in the back of your mind.
Yeah.
It doesn't disappear.
Yeah. You got to be careful, and especially what type of person that you're going to be attracted to, and those behaviors that maybe if you haven't healed from that trauma, you might be looking for somebody to be a certain way based on what you're used to. So be careful about that, Miss Thang.
All right, we have Jason, 36, a teacher. He has a non-for-profit organization. He's played basketball. He was engaged, or he was actually going to propose to a future fiance. However, she cheated on him. He said he was ready to love because he's getting older.
And he said when she cheated, like he approached her about it, and she was like, so? And I said, were y'all really together? Because that don't seem
suspect to me.
He seemed a little,
yeah. And I was like, so if she said that, she didn't respect him.
Yeah, there was something there. I felt he had a little passivity going on.
A lot of it.
That seemed like he could be a pushover and possibly, a little not really ready. He reminds me of what's that one? No, he's not as bad as that one dude from last season who was just like super quiet and didn't know.
Oh, the one with the locks.
Sammy, or something like that.
I forgot his name.
But I know was Sam.
The one who ended up with Winner.
No, not him. The other one, the one who got kicked off the first episode. He didn't make it past the first cast.
The weird one. The weird one.
But this guy, he said he played ball overseas. He, whatever. But I don't know about him. I still got my little eyebrow raise. I feel like I'm gonna have my eyebrow raised about everybody, but but he seemed like I'm ready to love because I'm ready. I'm getting older.
That's not a reason.
And you're 36. Chill. Okay, calm down. I'm 42 out here. I be acting like everybody's so young. I'm like 36, please. You're a baby. Let's see.
Christinium?
Oh, chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum. That's like a flower. Okay. She said everybody calls her Chris.
So she's 39. She's a flight attendant. She has no kids. She is a social butterfly. She enjoys being out. She said she really hasn't experienced dating in Houston because of her job.
Because she travels a lot.
Yeah.
She's looking for a provider, a travel. I felt like she kind of had the party girl vibe still. I know she's 39, but she's like, I'm out, I'm single, I like to be out, which is okay. I'm not judging that. I think when you're in this, guys might judge it though, because just from what I hear, guys, they be like, oh, you always out
in the
and
streets
stuff and blah blah blah. So it's like, whatever, Negro, I'm gonna be out here. Okay, I'm single, I could do that. So I feel her on that. And as a flight attendant, she said something like, and that was the other thing I kind of was like, be careful, girl, because she said guys would be thinking that she got a dude in every city, and she's like, I don't, but I could if I want to. I was like, I mean, I feel you, but
be humble,
be careful, because that could come off wrong. Yeah, So we'll see. She's really cute. I thought she was a cute girl.
I did too.
She ready to get out here and mingle. We'll see how she does.
Seems cool. She is definitely ready to mingle.
Right. And I saw they asked her something like, how are you feel about competition? Was that her?
It was, but she wasn't, because someone else responded different, and I liked her response. She was like, we could be friends. She was like, but I'm just trying to.
Don't try to get my man though.
Exactly.
We can be, she's like, I'm not here for the girls, I'm here for the guys, but we can't have the same man, basically. Right. So as long as you ain't trying to get my man, we can be friends.
Okay.
Okay, what other guys? Let's see.
Ronald,
the Aries man.
He's in corporate sales. He has multiple small businesses. They asked him about being ready to love. He said he's more afraid of divorce more than marriage.
That makes sense.
And he said he witnessed his mom and dad go through a divorce, and he saw the impacts to his dad emotionally, mentally,
and financially.
Yes. And he said, there are too many options in Houston. So it sounds like too many options for him to choose from. And he did mention something that sparked something. He's like, he's a little more alpha.
I like alpha men.
I like it, but you don't have to say it.
Why?
Just
why he can't say it?
Just have the traits.
Why he can't? He's an Aries man too, so he's alpha. That is not arrogant. Alpha is just letting you know I'm a man's man out here. I ain't out here trying to pussyfoot around and play with y'all. I'm coming to tell you what I want, what I need, what I got going on.
I wasn't feeling him.
He said he has a good package to present. Is that what he said? Did he say something about that? But I felt like what he was saying though, and we're in the Dallas area. So when he was like, there's so many options out here, I'm like, he was saying the same stuff that dudes be saying out here. And I'm like, is it just the world? I'm so over that.
Yeah.
But we'll see what Mr. Ron is talking about. Okay. Alexis Fly Jones, the one and only, she says. But people call me Fly because they say I'm fly, the way I look, the way I dress. I was like, do they? I'm just playing. But yeah, she was like very confident. She's a TV producer, local TV producer. She was married for 5 years with a pastor.
From a pastor.
She was married. She got divorced from a pastor, a local pastor. I was like, which one?
Because the parishioners were calling in the middle of the night, to talk to her husband.
She said they would be calling her in the middle of the night talking about, Pastor, I need prayer. See,
I believe it.
I believe it too, girl. Listen, I've been there. Okay. I was like, negative, but she said that she exudes, or she's attracting men that are interested in sex and not commitment, which I was like, well, what is that? I wonder.
Well, I did see some clips, right?
Was it how is she dressing a certain way, or doing certain
to me, she was flirting, like they were doing something. She was like, oh, is that hard?
Oh no. And she said, like, I wonder how long it takes for this to get hard.
Yeah.
And then try to make a joke.
And then she said something else.
So you can't be out here doing that and then expecting to do not to think about sex or say something about it and be like, wait a minute, don't play them. You out here, don't be putting them seeds out there, and then when they start growing, literally, then you want to try to pull it back. I mean, so so don't make it like it's just people just assuming. You could be also contributing to why they
all
think
over her
that
forehead. Way. She has a 5-year-old son.
Mm-hmm.
She said he's the man of the household right now,
which I didn't like that
either. It was like, because don't put that on your son.
He's not the man of your household. He's a little boy, and let him be that.
Yes, I didn't like that either.
I didn't like that. And then how that sound? You think that's attractive?
And
Don't
so
no
then
man
the
want to come
guy
in
is
there
like,
and fight
okay,
with
well,
that
I'm
little
gonna
boy.
come in and I'm competing against little man.
Right. And he coming in, who you ain't my daddy. You ain't my daddy. What you want, punk? You talking crazy to the man and stuff. No, ma'am. Get that under control, sis. We're not doing that. Okay.
But she was cute, stylish, and she did say she was ready to compete.
She said she ready to compete. What you have for us? So we gonna see how she acts around the group and the girls and who she clicks with. Was it Dedrick or Diedrich? I always get weird with that name. Yeah. I know someone who has this name and we always mess it up. So I don't know if it was Dedrick or Diedrich. I feel like Dedrick.
But anyway, he's
47. He's a chef. Now this one, we about to talk about him, honey. Married twice. Is this the one who was married twice? He was married twice too?
Well, regardless, maybe he wasn't married twice, but he has 2 children.
Right.
A 26-year-old.
And a 3-year-old grandchild. And he wants another. No, he don't want another child. He wants a son.
Boy, yes.
What is that? That sounds crazy. You have a 3-year-old grandchild, 26 and 21. You're out of the woods. Come on, buddy. Don't do that.
Because
see,
I would be throw shade, but dude,
I'm
too damn old to want kids.
You need to stop.
Think about this.
You got kids.
You're gonna be 50 years old.
You got kids and you got a grandchild. That's a baby. You got plenty of. She needs a lot of love. And basically, he said he don't want nobody if they don't want no kids.
Girl,
how dare you?
That's okay because I don't either. But
no. He said he don't want nobody if they don't want any kids.
I mean, so
I'm like,
he's
I'm the
entitled
opposite
to his preference.
I get it, but I'm just saying, realistically, I feel like that could be a way of sabotaging yourself, knowing you're not about to you can't guarantee that you're gonna
be a boy.
Exactly. So what if you get a daughter, you're not gonna be happy?
And let's think about this. You're 47. So a 47-year-old woman trying to have a child.
He's not trying to be with no 47 woman.
There you go.
He ain't about to be trying to be with no 47 woman. He was trying to find him a younger girl.
He's gonna go for the youngest one.
So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I was like,
and he says, I'm a Batman looking for my cat girl.
Partnership or something. I was like,
cat
you know
girl.
what?
I was like, why is it not a cat woman?
I'm done with him. I was like, I can't with you. You got extreme expectations. That's not realistic. And you're older. Stop.
Knocking on 50.
Right. And I don't even got nothing to do with you if you don't want no more. Sir, stop. Okay. That was just, I said, I can't wait to see how he about to be up in here. He gonna be just trying to find all the little youngins. Which I don't know how young these girls are. They don't seem like they're pretty mature.
So it was 2 that could possibly 2 or 3.
So we got Stacy. She's a small business owner in insurance company. She was married for 10 years, professional basketball player, got divorced. She got 3 kids, 19-year-old, and then 2 daughters, I think.
And the 19-year-old stayed home. He didn't want to leave.
He didn't go to college. He came and he stayed home. So because he didn't want to leave her. That was sweet. I was like, oh,
that
son.
To me says
she raised him right.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what I saw.
He sacrificed for her.
Yeah.
Right? So he knows what sacrifice is.
Like, I didn't leave my mama out here by herself. I said, I wouldn't want my son to do that, but that was sweet though. You just never know.
Right.
So she said some of the things that we've said before about like just wanting to come home and take off your cape and just be with someone who you can kind of just, release all that boss chick stuff,
yes.
And just sink into their arms, So I like that about her. She seemed pretty cute.
She seemed down to earth.
Mm-hmm. Who we got? What else? Who's the guys?
We have AJ. Oh gosh, 38 from Chicago.
AJ. Which one is him?
The music guy, the music producer. Living in Houston. He was quite confident because he says he's handsome.
Oh my God.
He said he has been on the scene and he knows he's probably knows some of the women. Right?
I'm sure he do.
Right.
Yeah, he said him looking for somebody who's fit, fine, financially literate, family oriented. He had all the F's. I said, I like that. Hold on, I'm about to give me some acronyms. But he's, he's like, he's represented for the Dark Brothers. Very handsome. I thought he was handsome. I don't like his attitude, though. I didn't like that arrogance.
I did get player vibes.
Player for real. True player for real. Yeah, he's definitely a player. Talking about, I'll be surprised if I had met some of these ones.
I said, oh, wow, he's definitely
because you've been out here in these streets.
At least he's being honest, though. I respect the honesty.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, honest. Honest thought.
Yes. So the next one is Andrea. She's 38. She's 38. She's a flight attendant as well. She says men rarely hit on her.
Because she's at work and it's hard to get hit on when you're working. You know, she said she had to try to hit on her on an airplane and he was at the window seat trying to talk over people. That could be difficult. Yeah. As she was talking, I was like, I wonder if you like put your phone number on the napkin, bring him some water.
Right. Yeah. Or bring the
if you're interested, you know,
you gotta be creative.
Ways. You gotta work around that stuff.
She says she's been single for a very long time.
Since 2004. I was like, Grr. But see, and I heard this from a couple people that was like, I've been single. I would do the same thing though. Somebody said, how long have you been single? I'm like, single?
7 years.
8 years.
Okay.
I'm on 8 now. We in the 8.
So you don't consider any.
But I have not been in any committed relationships since then. I have dated.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So exactly. So it's relative to how you define.
How you want to think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You call these
situationships, right?
She probably had situationships that weren't real, you know?
Yeah, she's ready to love. She says she's almost 40 and her fertility clock is ticking.
That doggone fertility clock. She better freeze them eggs if she really trying to do something. True.
Now, one thing I did notice about her, she was looking for a specific, because they asked her what type. Mm-hmm. She talked about tall, dark, handsome. She didn't necessarily.
She said put together.
Yeah.
Meaning in shape.
Okay.
That means she wants him in shape. Just, you know, she's cute. She has a really nice, cute little figure, whatever. She feels like she's, you know, sexy and giving off the right vibes and works on herself. So we'll see. We'll see how she does with the rest of the group. Okay, what other guys? We have Troy. Ugh, Troy. I don't like Troy.
I was not a fan of Troy. He says meeting women where there's no connection, right?
So he's 50 years old.
Yep.
And he's been meeting women and there's not a connection. I'm like, I wonder why, mister, because you are irritating. He says he wants women that work out. He likes petite. He is not attracted to full figure women, which you have like you said, everyone has.
And I'm gonna tell you, a full figure woman might love you good.
But if he's not attracted to it, I respect it. But it was just like the way he was. It just came off very yucky.
I respect, because we all have preferences.
And it's like, why you have to say it like that?
And maybe the vibe that he's giving the skinny women, they're not picking up on it.
He said he's the best catch in Houston. I said, well, what's the problem? But he said he'd been out here single for so long. So you gonna wait till you just get all
100
half a century, and now you out here ready to. And he has a child, right?
He does.
I don't know how old the child was, but I was like, I could tell I wasn't gonna like him.
I said perhaps he doesn't have a question because he doesn't give off a good vibe.
He might not make it past the first. Well, no, he is, because on the clips for the season, he was kissing everybody. That's the one who was kissing on everybody. I was like, is this the time of the coronavirus?
Girl, I was thinking all this.
How did this work? They out. This wasn't like the last season. Last season they were kind of in that
saliva.
But remember, they were in that resort, kind of protected the pandemic.
How did this work?
Well, we are in Texas, so they just got back out here in these streets, I guess. But yeah, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like him.
Yeah, I didn't think so too.
All right, let's see. Let's get through. We did Stacy. We did Andrea.
Liz. I like Liz.
40 years old. She's a CEO. She has her own production company.
Mm-hmm.
She's been single for 17 years.
And she's been putting that time into her company. In her career.
She wants a man who has a relationship with God, not just religious. And I felt her on that. I was like, yes, girl. You want to know what kind of real relationship do you have? People like, I believe in Jesus.
That's
You'd
true.
be like, but do you know him?
Yeah. Do you talk to him?
That's a different question. So yeah, she's doesn't want to settle. She hasn't had a man since out of high school. I was like, no. She was like, I got cheated on one time. I'm out of here. I'm done with this. But I mean, it happens. I mean, I'm 8 years, so shoot, 10 more years and I'll be her. So I was like, dang,
damn,
that's a
I
long
want to be
time
that
now.
long.
I don't
want
want
to
to
be
be
single that long.
I might just settle after that. I don't know. I'll be like,
I was like, I don't want to be
what?
single that long. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and start playing.
I'll be
something.
like, listen, let me just be out here in these streets. No, I was playing. But okay, so now we have Christian. This was an interesting one for me. I don't think he's gonna make it past the first episode.
The male guy?
Yeah.
Mailman.
So he's a mailman.
No shade.
He's no shade.
They have great benefits.
He used to be a former alcoholic. He's a former alcoholic. He is
3 years.
Been sober for 3 years. Yep. And he had me cracking up because he said, I don't know what it is. It seems like women are just they have an affinity toward men
in uniform.
In uniform. They're attracted to mailmen. I was like, are they? I don't know. I literally don't even my mailman. He drives that car up to everything mailbox, and he wear regular clothes. So I was like, oh, y'all wearing regular mailman clothes?
Because I don't think,
back in the day, you know how they had the mailman clothes? Uniform. They walk up and down the street.
Yes.
But I don't ever see that. So I was like, I wouldn't even know what my I mean, I know who my mailman is, but I wouldn't be like, oh, hey, Mr. Mailman. Like Poetic Justice with Tupac.
Oh yeah.
Now, if he was my mailman, I would definitely know who my mailman was. I'd be like,
why do you don't think he's gonna last?
He wasn't cute to me. That was me though. And I feel like he just didn't look like he had the swagaliciousness that's usually needed to kind of vibe.
He was kind of petite.
Yeah, I was like, not liking your clothes. It was a couple people I felt that way.
He seemed like he was happy and humble though. Like wherever space he's been doing this growth, probably from the Alcoholic Anonymous. Yes.
Okay. Who else we got? Ida. Who was Ida? She's the one who had the single mom who was telling her, you don't need no man, do your own thing, very independent. She's 37. She's a development manager. She doesn't want to die alone. She had a serious relationship 2 years ago, and she ready.
Doesn't like not being wanted. Yeah, I like she had a great personality. She said she was ready for a quality relationship and love. She's very vocal about what she wants and what she doesn't want, which is a great thing.
She seemed like she got a little fire to her. Yeah, she might be a little spunky there with she's like, I don't
but what I like,
have no problem with nobody, but if you don't have a problem with me, then I ain't cool with you. I'm
right, but what I liked about her, she said this might be like her last attempt, and she's fine with being the cool auntie. And I think when you have that mindset, like you may not find that person on that show, just like Chris realized that. Like, I don't want to force anything.
Yeah, for sure. And there has to be a point. I know that, like, before I had my sons, before I got married, I said, if I don't get married by the time I'm 35, I'm just gonna be single. I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm not gonna have no kids.
And boom.
And then I got married at 29. I got pregnant at 30. I mean, I had my son at 30, and then I had another one at 32. So I beat my clock, but right. If I hadn't, I really had settled in myself to say,
you were okay with
I'm okay with after 35. I'm not about to be out here doing this. I'm gonna have a good time and spend all my own money.
Yep.
Which people better start counting up the costs, because these kids be taking your points.
Child.
So I would love being a cool aunt.
Be a whole mortgage payment.
The cool aunt is not a bad place to be. Who else we got? Let's see.
Khalil.
Khalil.
So Khalil's another teacher. He's 41. He's a teacher to any inner city kids. He had a tragic car accident and he almost died. He was married, but he initiated annulment, right?
Yeah, he married a chick who was there for him, like, during that vulnerable time in his life. And I think it had something to do with, like, him uprooting his life and moving somewhere or something. But it was kind of like he felt like it was a rushed decision, because he, like, you think you're about to die, you're going to make some decisions that maybe you wouldn't make in a different state of mind. What
I liked about it, he said, because he got gotten a, what is that? He was going over to the UK. A pass to go over there. He said, but he didn't have a job.
The visa. And that's why he was like, I'm not uprooting my life to come do that.
And I respect that.
And he said he liked thick, dark-skinned, smart women. He said he liked them voluptuous and brown.
And smart.
I said, well, come on in.
Right. He seems very passionate about preparing youth for the world. So I did like that.
Yeah, so we'll see. I hope he finds somebody nice. He's 41. See how he plays with the rest of the folks up in here. Okay, then we got Tressa, the comedian
from Chicago. So
she is definitely from Chicago.
So when Kiara and I were looking at this, so her grandmother's name is Tressa. So she looked at me because she didn't realize I saw it before her, but I was watching it again. Mm-hmm. And she said her name. That's not a common name. Mm-hmm. And then Chicago, Kiara looked. I'm like, I know. Like, who knew? But I like this chick.
Yeah, she's 42.
Yep. She's a comedian.
She was married for 13 years. She felt like she was the man of the house. I know that feeling. She's like, I can't do this. Like, she felt like she was doing it all. Her and her daughter are really close. She has a daughter. I feel like she said her daughter was probably like between 19 and 21, somewhere in that range, probably. Yeah. She's really close with her daughter.
She said, but she won't allow that to affect that. I said, girl,
come on, girl. That. Right? Make it plain, sis. Let them know, hey, I love my child, but I got room.
Yes. I liked her personality.
Yeah.
I just hope that people don't come across like, oh, she's a cis homegirl vibe, right?
That's how they tried to do with the other chick last time. Yeah. So, but she seemed very feminine. Yeah. She seemed like she had a cool personality. She's energy, funny. She had me laughing. They showed some of her
homosexual.
Yeah, she said, I've been running into homosexuals. Men who be wanting to stay at her house who don't have nowhere to live.
Mind if I wash a load of clothes?
I was like, okay, girl. Yeah. So she's ready to be out here in these streets. So I like Tressa as well. And then we had David. Oh, David. Yes, David is a real estate agent. He also had a little side hustle as a officiant. Yes. He has married, I think he said 39 couples or somewhere around there.
He was witnessing love.
He's been marrying people on the side. Yeah, exactly. And he was married twice. He got divorced.
He's from a big family.
And his parents recently divorced after 40 years of marriage. Girl. And he said it really affected him. I was like, dang.
I can't even imagine.
40 years. I have an uncle that they were married for 35 years. I want to say they might have been married for you. They did the same thing. Got divorced. I'm like, why?
At this point, y'all need each other.
Just settle.
At this point, y'all need each other. You getting old.
Yeah, that's devastating, especially, honestly, for me, I knew that my relationship wasn't going to last, and I had kids that were very young, and I'm like, okay, I could do it now or later. And what's going to be the most affecting to them?
That's true.
I feel like later, when people be like, I'm going to wait till the kids get grown, that's actually, I think, harder because they're used to their family unit looking a certain way. My kids don't remember that anymore.
It's true.
And
then you think about all the tension and the toxicity that you build up over those years.
And then watching it.
Yeah, like it's festering.
40 years? 40? I'm 41. So y'all been married this whole time. So, yeah. So he seems very in touch with his feelings. Mm-hmm. He said that he's been very picky because obviously this will be his third marriage. So I understand that. And he has kids, right?
He does.
I don't know how old his kids are, but yeah,
he did acknowledge his, his shortcomings of, his marriages. So at least he's done some introspection. Mm-hmm. He's self-aware.
Yeah. So interesting. We're gonna see how good he's been doing. Has he been going to therapy? Did he really work on himself? Are you good? Really? Because it seemed like he got some little things that tender spots in there that he might need to make sure are good to go.
And we're gonna knock out the last two of the ladies,
and then we'll do the surprise guest.
So we had Amber, 31. She's the youngest out of everyone. She's an attorney. She said she doesn't like to argue after work
because people think that because she's an attorney, she likes to argue. She cracked me up though. She said, I said, girl, I relate to you because I am a rebel. I'm an Aries. I got that whole same thing. She said, when my mind is made up, nobody but Jesus can change it. And even Jesus has a struggle. I said,
girl. So it's going to be interesting because I was like, wow, she's the youngest.
Yeah.
And majority of them are over 35.
Yeah. So old boy who wants the babies, he's going to be looking at her.
The target.
And she might be like, you too old for me.
Right. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And then we got another attorney. Is it Kira?
Kyra.
She seems to be down to earth. She was in a long-term relationship, took a year off.
She had a good personality. She said she prefers chocolate.
She said she's classy and ratchet. A little bit of Cardi B and a little bit of Michelle.
Right.
So I was like, I like that.
I did too.
I like it. She said, don't try me because that side will come out. I was like, I love it. She loves chocolate.
Yep. And she's over the single phase.
Yeah, she's ready to move into the relationship phase. So I'm not mad at her. Be honest, walking your thing. She said she's ready for her boo. So I like to see how these ladies are gonna play with the rest of the team. You know, how are they gonna do in these little scenarios? They're gonna put them in all that. So that part is gonna be very exciting to watch. And there is one final castmate that they brought back from last season. Chris,
girl,
y'all remember Chris?
At first, I didn't really think he was gonna make it on the last one
when he first showed up. He had them bright blazers on with
but
that.
I think he's grown,
and he really went through it because he connected with what is her name, Nia?
Yeah.
And
Naya. She just did him wrong.
She was all in love with him, fake all in love with him, which now when we look back on it, like, oh, she just was thirsty for somebody who wanted to deal with her. But she had him. They were the main. They were like, we're good. We're just gonna keep dating each other, and it's gonna be good. And when they got to the point where they had to meet their family members or friends or whatever, and go through the questioning, and they asked him what he thought about like finances, and he talked about splitting those bills and filling in the gaps. She was like, fill in the gaps. Wait, what? Negative. Ain't no gaps to fill. You gonna be the man. You pay for everything. Da 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 da. Turned her off. Sis act like he don't exist no more.
And was on to the next one.
And moved the heck on. And he ends up getting kicked off.
Yep.
So they feel like he got kind of a raw deal there. And he's been working on some. Yeah. So I was like, maybe he'll meet somebody on this one. We're gonna see what kind of different vibes, he puts off as he hooks up with all these folks.
He's been here before, so he's probably learned.
You better get your strategies together.
Correct. Literally.
And spread it out. Don't be just focusing on one person all the time, because then they're going to vote your butt right on off again like they did last time. So I'm interested. I think I actually think this is going to be a good group.
I think so too. I think it's definitely a little bit better. Although I cannot say that because
it turned out to be pretty good last season.
I really like Joy and the guy with the
but he ended up being, I don't really like him at the end.
Who?
JJ. Yeah.
No, I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about the guy with the
Edwin.
Yeah, that's my boy.
I like Edwin.
I like him
genuine.
He does.
Yeah. It was interesting because I think that cast, I wasn't feeling them that much in the beginning. But as time went on, it was certain people that
on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This cast, I actually feel like I might be into it a little bit sooner. I think we got a good little group of folks that could make it interesting. At least, this is a guilty pleasure that you just want to see and hope that somebody actually finds love for real. It's not fun when it's fake, like Calfani and Old Girl, the last one. It was like, really?
And really? It's like, let's not force this either, right? Because a lot of times, like, just because you're on here don't mean that you're going to make a match.
Like Rashad was like, you know what? If you don't want me, I'm out. I'm good.
I respect that. Like, I'm not going to force. What did I tell you? We're not forcing.
No ponytails.
Ponytails, friendships, relationships, and other things.
Exactly. So we'll be keeping up with this, and we will be letting y'all know our thoughts. So chime in the comments if you have things you want us to discuss that happened on these episodes this week. All right. So we will see y'all next time for our Ready to Love. What do we call it? Ready to Love recap with no cap.
Right.
All right. We'll see y'all next time.